excuse the mushroom head. I overestimated how much I had to do. It's currently the night before I'm going to Brighton. I have a market there this weekend, and I thought I would film a market weekend there because Brighton is a really fun city, and I also want to go around and explore because I haven't been there in a while. It's the night before, and I had laundry, I had to pack, I had to clean up, meal prep, and also do like a small photo shoot. I did not end up actually filming any of it, which hopefully this is going to be fun, a fun weekend. I am quite exhausted from this past week altogether, and now that I've got such a full-on weekend coming up, it is a little bit daunting, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's going to be good weather and that it's going to be at least fun. Brighton. It's been a while since I've been here. The last time I was here was in February. I have come back now. I've been just walking around town and the lanes and just like main Brighton area, very central. It's been about an hour since I've been back in my room and I've just been on my bed because I'm on my period, so I am dealing with a little bit of like mind fogginess, cramps, fatigue, all the above. So yeah, I'm trying to take it slow, and it's not actually that late. I think it's like 7ish p.m. right now. I have not done any work. I'm so behind on things because life has been so busy. I have so many videos to edit. I have no idea when this is gonna come up. Like, I might be able to post this in November because I have so many other videos that I want to post before this one. I have like 3 videos to edit. So yeah. So I'm not wearing my glasses because I feel like they'll make a really massive glare. I got new glasses recently. If you watched my previous video, yeah, I got new glasses. I got a new prescription, and the glasses that I got, they have a blue light reflecting thing. I got to Brighton around 2 p.m. ish. I went straight to the room that I'm staying in. So I initially did want to stay at my friend's house, like I have done in the past. Like in the past, if I would come down to Brighton, I have friends who live here, so I could just ask them if I could stay at their house. But this time, so one of my friends who lives here, she moved homes recently because she bought a house and she's renovating it. So I just didn't want to be like, hey, can I just stay at your house even though you're renovating and you've got so much stuff to do, right? So I just didn't want to make that kind of stress on her and ask her to stay for the weekend. And then my other friend who's also living here, I think she has a lot going on this weekend with her job and just life stuff in general. So yeah, I just didn't ask her to stay. I just figured out a place for myself, and it's fine. It worked out because I knew I was coming to Brighton for this market months before. Like, I mean, I knew since like summer, like I knew since probably like May, June. So I had enough months to kind of prepare and find a room to stay, which I did. And it's actually like around the area I used to live in when I used to live in Brighton full time, which is so crazy. I feel so nostalgic being here. I love Brighton. It's like one of my favorite cities in the UK, just because of like how many memories I have here. Not necessarily for the city itself too much, because there are a lot of things that I don't like about Brighton, about living here like full time. If I could do it again, I would, just because it is a great city for art and I'm an artsy person, and in general the vibe of Brighton is just cool. Like, it's just nice. Like, I love Brighton. It's great. I always tell people to come and visit Brighton. It's just a really cute and fun city to be in. And also, I mean, me finding this place means that I was able to find a place that was close to the market that I'm doing. So this room that I'm staying in is like a 10-minute walk to the market that I'm doing tomorrow. And obviously, because I've got like 2 suitcases to carry, I don't want to be like taking buses or having to pay for taxis, you know, like that stuff costs money and I want a budget. So I do want to have fun, but I also want to factor in like the expenses of it. Yeah, I'm in this room. It's really tiny. Like, obviously it's super tiny. I went pretty economical, but I was still very cautious and very specific. Like, it took me probably a month to find this specific place for the dates that I wanted, because in the past I would have simply stayed in Brighton over the weekend. So I would come on a Friday evening and then I would leave on a Sunday morning. Like, the connections in Brighton to where I live are simply chaotic.
you don't really know what you're gonna get most of the time, specifically because I have to travel through London. There's no other way around it, unfortunately. So a lot of the time what happens is that there will be significant delays on Sundays, specifically in London, where I have to pass through, which makes my journey twice as long than it should be on Sundays. So this time I organized I was going to come on Friday during the day when it's still bright outside and when there's like still people around, so that like, you know, there's interesting people in Brighton. Obviously, like, it's a big city, like it's a touristy city, so you get loads of different people all the time, and it can be dangerous sometimes. So I was like, okay, let me travel throughout the day. And I did, and I had loads of time left. So I was like, great, I can just look around, see what's maybe changed. There's so many new shops in Brighton that have opened up in the recent months that obviously I don't get to see because I don't live here anymore. So it was really cool to just go into new shops and like try new foods and stuff as well. And so I have basically booked out this room to stay here until Monday morning, because I'm lucky enough that I don't have any university classes on Mondays anymore like I did last year. So I'm able to actually stay here on Monday, travel throughout the day, and Monday is usually a very good day to travel actually, especially London. So I'm hoping nothing's gonna happen, because again, you just never know with like trains and all of that in the UK currently. And yeah, so I'm hoping to have like a smooth traveling day on Monday instead of Sunday. This room, it just has a bed. It has honestly, it has a desk. It has like the view of like the beach. Like the beach is like very close, but like it's like 2 minutes. Like I'm 2 minutes away from the beach. Like I get desk, I get TV, I do have my own bathroom technically, like I did specify that. Now, what I didn't expect, which is kind of funny, okay, like please, like when I was looking for this place, obviously I do want my own bathroom, okay, like especially now that I'm on my period, I'm a little bit like, ugh, I wish I had my own like toilet. From the photos, okay, I booked this place from booking.com, and I like to use that app quite often. It's fairly reliable. I could have gotten a different room to the one I'm currently staying in, but they didn't have the exact dates. They had it from Saturday until Monday, but not Friday, and I needed Friday specifically because Saturday is my market day, so I already would have had to be here the day before. I settled for this room, and even though there is no toilet, there is still kind of a bathroom though. Like from the pictures that I saw, okay, on booking.com, it looked like there was an actual bathroom here in this room. And I'll show on the screen like what I mean, okay? These pictures look like there's a different room, like it's a different room, like it's a different like actual bathroom within the room. Well, not quite. Basically, there's a shower. There is a little sink. It is attached to the actual room. So then basically it's just bed, desk, and wardrobe. I guess that's cool, like it's fine. I just have to use shared toilet, which technically how the receptionist explained it to me, there's two basically. One of them has a key, which I have a key for that toilet like downstairs, and also maybe some other flats that are being like rented out here have the key to that bathroom, and they get both cleaned like every day. But there's also like the public one, which you don't need the key for. So if obviously that one's taken and you need the toilet, you can use the public one, which doesn't have a key. And she explained that bathroom is bigger than the one with the key, but like I already use the toilet and like it's fine, you know. You get what you pay for, you know. And I mean, I'm already quite lucky with what I've got and what I've managed to get, okay? So bearing in mind I'm staying here for Friday night, so tonight, tomorrow night, and also Sunday night, so that's 3 nights basically in 4 days. and I'm paying under £100 in Brighton, next to the beach, like in central like Brighton. That's not bad. Anyway, I want to stop talking about the room and I want to quickly have a little bit of a catch up on Brighton itself. So when I went to just like look around, I mainly went to get some food. So there's like a new bigger like chopstick place, like with Chinese food and like some other like oriental foods that has opened up here, which is very new. And they used to have like a booth of that specific like food brand or chain or whatever inside Churchill Square, which is the like shopping centre in Brighton. I was just craving some and I went in to get some. I was thinking whether or not to go and grab some lunch, maybe from Bagel Man, because I do really miss their bagels. I don't have one where I currently live, so I was thinking about it, but then I was like, bread is gonna make me really bloated, so I was like, maybe let's avoid that. So instead I just went in to grab like whatever. I think I got some like vegetable spring rolls with like the noodles and some chicken. The thing is, I did cook, like I did actually meal prep, okay? Like I have rice here, like I actually meal prepped for today. Stupid of me, I took a fork to eat rice, like that's just nothing in my brain clearly, and I did want to eat that, but actually I'm just gonna have that tomorrow when I'm at the market. That's what I've decided anyway. I'm there from 10 till 3 p.m, so it's not too long. Technically, I could still eat like a late lunch afterwards, but I am planning to meet up with my friend. So then I just went around Brighton and I mainly wanted to go to the lanes after I had food to see, usually Fridays technically is not the busiest day from what I remember in Brighton. Saturday is the busiest day in Brighton. Like I don't think I would want to go to the lanes on Saturday. I don't know. We'll see, but I think maybe tomorrow after my market, if I have time and I don't feel too bad, I might go and check out Churchill Square and see what new shops they have, because I've heard there's an IKEA now in Churchill Square in Brighton, like crazy, and I really want to see what they have, because sometimes they have like this. I do kind of miss like having a shopping centre to go to. We don't really have shopping centres like that are as big as like Churchill Square where I live right now, so I do kind of miss that sometimes. So yeah, I really want to go there maybe tomorrow, but if not tomorrow then maybe on Sunday. I'm planning to have kind of a productive day on Sunday. I have a lot of catching up to do, like I said. I have a lot of editing to do, I have a lot of homework to do because I have a project to do next week for uni, and I'm so behind on Inktober. I've been doing Inktober for this month and I'm so like, I think right now I'm like almost a week behind, which is like no. But anyway, so yeah, I'm planning to have a productive day on Sunday, but I will go to Churchill Square if I don't go tomorrow. So I'll probably find like a cafe as well to just like work in, do some stuff, I don't know. And then obviously Monday I'm going home in the morning, so that's gonna be it. After the lanes, like I was walking around for a bit. I went into my favorite shops, obviously like Snooper's Paradise, love that shop. And what did I get in there? Oh, I got like a little stamp from Snoop's Paradise. I love getting stamps from like charity shops or like vintage secondhand because they usually have really cool ones. I think it looks like a coin, like a French coin. Probably showed it already, but I don't know where it is right now. And I did go into Boots because recently I've been like kind of in my self-care kind of era, or maybe just this week, who knows. I've been watching a lot of people who do autumnal makeup, all of that kind of stuff, and I've been playing around with makeup. I haven't filmed any of it because I'm a bit too shy with that. I feel like I look a little bit weird, but I think it's just me not being used to seeing me with makeup on. But I did go into Boots because, again, Brighton has a really big Boots, which is nice. They've got loads of different companies, like they've got loads of different brands in this Boots that do different kinds of makeup. And I was looking at Clinique products and Bare Minerals as well. They didn't really have the products I wanted, so I didn't get any of those, but I did get these like small eyeshadow palettes from Rimmel. I did get these two. They're mostly autumn colors because I've done a bit of research, and like, again, I've just been looking at loads of different makeup stuff that people do online, like YouTube as well as TikTok and like Instagram, Pinterest, and I think dark colors look the best on me, so like browns, maybe some like burgundies, and maybe some like blues, obviously black as well. So I got those because I didn't want to buy a whole eyeshadow palette just because I don't wear it. I know I'm not going to wear it that often, right? Just because I know like I've got eye allergies, and also makeup takes such a long time, so I don't have time for that most of the time. So I just got these two, and I also got these two eyeliner pens. They're like these two eyeliner pens, also from Rimmel. They are the Shimmer Shop Eyeliner Gel Multi-Chrome, and I got the blue one because I really liked I tried the tester on my hand, like here, that's why I've got like loads of marks, and I really liked the shimmer on it. And then I also got this brown one because it went really well with this eyeshadow palette. So yeah, I got those 4 products. They were also having a sale, so you could get 2 for like half price. So yeah, I got those, and I think I'm also saving up to go, maybe the next time I'm in London, I really want to get the Sephora collection because they have like red or burgundy, like shimmery eyeliner. I really like shimmery things, okay? Like, and I was also looking for like a burgundy or brown mascara, but the only one that was available in Boots was I don't know how you say the name of the brand, but it's like Yves Saint Laurent, something like that. I'll put it up on the screen or something. That was the only one that was available, and I just didn't feel like spending £30 on a mascara. And then one last thing that I did buy, every time I come to Brighton I get new rings. I feel like it's kind of become a tradition every time I come to Brighton that I get a new ring, and it's this like swirly sort of, just yes, sterling silver like ring, and I don't know, it just looks like cool. It looks nice, and it makes my fingers look a bit skinnier, I think. I don't know, it matches well with the other rings that I have. I'm not like a person who wears rings all the time, but I do like these sorts of rings. They look very like, I would say natural, or sort of organic, that have like kind of organic shapes. I'm not a massive fan of like diamonds or like gemstones in my rings, just because I feel like they bring too much attention to my hands, and I just need my fingers to look less chubby. Which I think rings do achieve that, but without it being super like, oh my god, look at my ring that I have on my hands. Anyway, so that is all that I got so far, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I didn't think I brought my film camera with me, so I've been like taking shots and stuff, but I didn't think I would run out so quickly. I've already ran out of the whole film, so I'm gonna have to develop that at some point, and who knows, hopefully by the time this vlog goes up I'm gonna have those photos developed so I can add them in. But yeah, I think for the rest of the night I'm gonna try and catch up on some Inktober, probably watch some Gilmore Girls, make myself a cup of tea because I noticed that. And yeah, I'm really excited for the market tomorrow. Fingers crossed that somebody shows up and it goes well.
Okay, also something I forgot to mention is that I'm having a shop update, so I'm actually editing the photos for it right now, and I'm gonna upload new prints on Etsy. It's kind of like a Halloween / autumn update, so I'm gonna have new prints, and I'm editing the pictures as we speak, but by the time this vlog goes up, they're already gonna be up there for a while. So if you would like to check out my shop, I will leave all the links down below, and your support means so much. Even if you don't buy anything, I always say this, even if you don't buy anything but you click on the shop, it always pushes my shop within the algorithm of Etsy. So yeah, anyways.
No, I just wanted to let me take a breather. I just went up like 3 flights of stairs. I just wanted to do a check-in. Sorry if my voice sounds really weird. I don't know why. I think I'm just a bit cold. It's a very gloomy day today. It's raining all day. This is kind of the realization that I needed to have about Brighton, because let me start off with what I did today. Actually, let me just start off there. So today it's technically my last day here, and I woke up really early. I wanted to have an early day because it's Sunday. Usually shops close way earlier in the UK on Sundays, especially Brighton. I feel like the lanes close at like 4 p.m. or maybe even 12 sometimes. Certain places close at 12. And then certain places open later but close earlier. So the night before, I did a little bit of research on timings, and I decided to just wake up early, have an early day, and walk around where I wanted to go. I ended up going to Churchill Square in the end. They opened up a new IKEA there, which I might have mentioned already, but I didn't end up going into IKEA. There was loads of people in Churchill Square because it's actually raining today, so I thought IKEA would be too crowded, and plus I didn't really want to get tempted to buy anything from IKEA, so I ended up not going there. I went to Superdrug, I went to this other beauty shop. All in all, everything looked pretty much the same. I think when I went outside and it started raining, I wanted to go to this shop that I used to go to called Taj. It's like a Middle Eastern shop. You can get like loads of different spices, different foods and stuff. And I thought they would have a juice that I usually get from there, which is from Italy, that I can't find in the town I currently live in. So I went there, but they actually changed the shop around and they didn't have the juice. So I walked all the way there for pretty much nothing, but it's fine. I decided to go get food, so I started having decision fatigue and a little bit of overstimulation. The rain, the wind, the people, I was like, I'm not used to this anymore. I don't know how I used to do it. I used to be so fine with just going out and there'd be people everywhere, and I think I'm just not used to it anymore. The town I live in is so small, there's never this amount of people anywhere unless there's a massive event going on, which it's very rare that there is. And so, yeah, I got overstimulated and I just ended up going to Donatello's, which is a Italian restaurant. Quite biased of me, but I just wanted to go and have some food that I knew was going to be good. I didn't want to pay for something. I wasn't in the mood to pay. I wasn't in the mood to go somewhere new, try a new food place, maybe hate it, and then have to pay £30 for a meal that I didn't enjoy. So I just went to Donatello's, I got some pasta, I got leftovers, I called my mum whilst eating, she kept me company, really nice, and then I just came back to the room. It's pouring out there, and this is what I mean when I say I had a realization about Brighton again. It's because as much as I love Brighton so much, okay, I do love a bit of rain. I'm a homebody. I do love to stay at home, have a cozy day in, read and all of that. But I have to say, when you're out there, it makes me reminisce about the times I used to live here and deal with this weather on a constant basis during the winter. And it lasts for a very long time most of the time. It lasts until at least April. So that's not very fun when you've got stuff to do. So yeah, Is it that bad? No, it's not. It's really not. So that's pretty much all I got done today. And now I think I want to talk about yesterday, which was the actual market day. So for context, I didn't have that many expectations for it, but I think in hindsight, I did. Brighton is a very creative and artsy city. There's so many artsy murals, colourful houses. There's an art school, which I went to. You know, it is quite artsy. There's loads of markets going on every single week almost. So there is kind of an expectation that, you know, if you do an art market in Brighton, it's going to do well. People are going to show up and it's going to do well. Well, yesterday, so first of all, I woke up and I forgot to charge my phone. This phone that I'm currently filming on. And so I couldn't get any footage, so I had to use my old phone. So the footage kind of sucks because the camera is really bad on this phone. I mainly just use it for the microphone purposes because I don't want to invest in a microphone yet. I know I keep saying that. I really should, because it feels really awkward just holding my phone like this every single time. But it is what it is, okay? Anyway, I don't want to... The point is, I woke up, my phone was already dead, and I had no time to charge it. And I think I also forgot my charging cable for it. So what happened is I left with my power bank, and I thought that I packed my cable or something, and then I didn't. I showed up to the place and I actually didn't have my cable, so I couldn't charge my phone there. And it was just dead the whole time. So that should have been my sign already that like it wasn't going to be a great day. Thankfully, it wasn't raining. It was gloomy, but like that's kind of average for Brighton, right? So I didn't really care about that. I went in the morning, I went to get like some tea, and I was like, oh, I should have gotten this in a to-go cup because I'm going to be late now. Well, thankfully, I wasn't late. I wasn't late to the setup. Usually you have to show up an hour before the actual market starts to set up, right? So I show up and there's no advertising outside. No advertising, no posters, nothing, no sign of a market going on there. Like, people were just passing by, I had no idea. And I still had a bit of hope at the beginning because the centre that we were vending at, it's a pretty known, I would say, place to go for events. When I used to live in Brighton, I actually had been to that venue before for like a dance class with my friends, you know. So I knew already of that place, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are at least based in Brighton know of that place. And 2 hours go by and nobody shows up. I'm going to be so dead honest. Nobody showed up, okay? And that's when I was starting to get a little bit worried because I was like, it's lunchtime, which is usually the busiest time in Brighton, especially on a Saturday. And it was crickets. I don't know. I want to blame it on the place, on the venue maybe, because it was like behind a building. It wasn't exactly facing the main road, so maybe people just didn't notice it. But I can't help but put the blame on the event organizer, which I signed up with. And to be fair, I don't want to give any shade to them because they are the ones who I've started out with markets this year. They've been brilliant, to be honest. Like, they do constant advertising on Facebook, Instagram. However, I do think they could up their game maybe a little bit on TikTok and on certain areas, and maybe advertise a little bit more in advance with like posters and, you know, asking people to share word of mouth within the town that it's happening at and the venue as well. Maybe get a little bit of help from the venue to advertise. But I understand there's lots of different things that go on behind the scenes. You know, they have to plan ahead lots of different areas, and they do events all around the UK. So they have a lot going on, right? But I do think that knowing how Brighton is, knowing the city the way that I do, I would expected the market to do a lot better than it did. And I really think that with a little bit more marketing and focusing on advertising, it could have done better, because at the end of the day, as store holders, as vendors at this market with this specific event organizer, we pay quite a bit of money. It's not exactly cheap to be vending with this event organizer. So I'm like, a little bit more could go a long way. But enough shade, because I do love them. And I am still going to be vending with them, like with this event organizer, for at least the rest of the year. I am having a little bit of a think about what's going to be going on for next year. I might be looking for a different event organizer, not because of like what I just said, none of that, like, to be honest, because the markets that I do with them in my town and in the closest towns around it that I've done have been amazing. Okay, they've been always great. I don't know why this one and maybe one other one didn't do well that I've done with them. So it's nothing to do with that. I'm thinking more about the money aspect of it and how much budget I'm going to have next year to use for markets, okay? Like to use for stalls and stuff like that. I'm thinking maybe I can try and find a event organizer for markets that maybe takes a little bit less money for a table hire. So maybe doing markets might be actually less frequent than I would want to next year. Now, this isn't me making a decision now. This could change. I could be doing markets just like I have this year. Every month I'll do 1 or 2 markets next year. But I do have to also think about the budget aspect of it and how much realistically I'll be able to put time and effort into it, because as I'm also realizing now, obviously it takes a lot of organization to be doing these things, and I don't know if I want to put that much stress on myself next year, because it is my last year in the UK. Well, as when I say in the UK, I mean studying, right? I would want to use that year well enough to be able to enjoy my time and not constantly also be stressing about making products, organizing packaging, making sure that all of my fees are paid for in advance, and applications, and making portfolios for those applications. So there's a lot of things that goes on behind the scenes when you do markets, of course, and I'm just having a bit of a think about and debate whether I should keep going. I mean, it's quite inevitable that I'll probably do quite a few still, like next year, just because I have quite a bit of stock left still, and I'm probably still going to be making new things. So yeah, but I don't know, maybe finding a cheaper stool holder would be a choice for me. I don't know. Anyway, with that said, so throughout the day of the actual market, there was like a few people coming in here and there, but there really wasn't much. Like, I think I ended up making like maybe 5 sales, to be honest. I'm being very transparent, and yeah, I probably made like 5 sales, which again, like 5 sales to someone might be a lot, but that is not my average, okay? So to me, it's just a bad market day, right? And I'm trying not to beat myself up, because I have organized this whole trip to come to Brighton for the market and also to see my friends. But also I haven't been able to see my friends yet. I don't know if I will be. So after the market, I was supposed to see my friend, although I ended up falling asleep. I came back and I was so meant to go and see my friend, but I ended up taking a nap unintentionally. I didn't know I was that tired. Like, truly, I didn't really do much the whole day. I was meant to be catching up on Inktober. Like, I started drawing, and then my mechanical pencil decided to run out of lead, and I didn't bring any spare lead with me. So, and I wasn't just gonna go to the shop and pay like 7 or 5 quid for extra lead when I have so much lead at home. Like, I have so many like lead sticks to put into my mechanical pencils. I didn't think that I would run out. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So I've stopped doing that, and yeah, I didn't really do anything much at the market. And I think my experience was probably shared amongst the other vendors because I spoke to them. So they were also a bit unhappy about there not being enough footfall throughout the day and how things were kind of handled. But after I packed up, I got the bus home, and I think that's when it probably hit me a little bit that I was a little bit disappointed just because I saw so many people out and about, like right outside the market, where the market was, where I was vending. There was so many people, but there was just no advertising. There was no posters. Nobody knew that it was happening, basically. It kind of felt like that. And yeah, that's, I think, kind of hit me when I was going home, and I got back, and I really didn't think I was that tired. I was just like chilling on my phone for a little bit. And then the next thing I know, I fell asleep. And then I woke up and it was like 7:30, 8 p.m. already. And I was like, there's no way. And I decided to reschedule with my friend, but she does have plans today, so I don't actually know if we'll end up meeting up or not. I wanted to go to the beach as well, but seeing as the weather is what it is, I don't think so. And also, I've been having really bad cramps, like really bad cramps. So I think I'm just gonna chill, maybe, until my friend texts me that she is still like up for meeting up, and I might go see her. If not, then this is gonna be it.